Hey guys, it's Iron here behind the mic. Welcome to another video in the Visiting Planets series, Spending a Day on Uranus. All jokes aside guys, this is one interesting planet. I know, the urge to make a Uranus joke is powerful in this one, so take a moment to let out all the jokes in your system so you can watch this video and actually learn some facts about the planet Uranus. You better not laugh. Anyways, let's begin. As always, let's begin our journey on Earth in a rocket. The time it will take to get to Uranus will vary, but we can assume an average trip of about 10 years. Holy cow, that's a long trip. Since the distance between Earth and Uranus is extremely large, we can't just aim our rocket to Uranus and launch. By the time we reach its orbit, Uranus would have already moved around the Sun a lot, so we'll miss it. We need to calculate where Uranus will be when we reach its orbit, and that needs a lot of calculations. Not to mention the uncertainty, so no matter how smart we are in calculating on where to aim, uncertainty will almost always win, and so we'll still be a little off. And for the sake of this video, let's assume we are approaching Uranus safe and sound and we're not really far away from it. A 10-year trip would mean 10-year supply of food and water in a rocket, which is mind-boggling to even think about. Is that even possible? Probably, but that's still insane. Imagine now we are entering its atmosphere. Uranus's atmosphere is mostly composed of hydrogen and helium with a little bit of methane, and that methane is what gives the planet a nice blue color. As we pass through the upper atmosphere, it'll be extremely cold. It'll actually have the coldest atmosphere in the entire solar system. Yes, it's that cold. The coldest the upper atmosphere has ever gotten was around negative 218 degrees Celsius, or 370 degrees Fahrenheit. Now here's an interesting note. If you look at a regular picture of Uranus, or even see it with your own eyes, you'll notice that the planet has a consistent blue color. Everything looks the same on it, and it makes it look almost boring. But actually, that's not the case. It actually has gas stripes like Jupiter has, but the only way you can see these is to see an enhanced photo of it. So overall, Uranus is not what it seems. It's not the boring blue ball you see on pictures. It actually has quite a bit of activity going on, including cloud patterns, gas stripes, and even auroras at its poles. Beautiful. Speaking of poles, Uranus's poles are not at the top and bottom of the planet, like all the other planets do, but its poles are actually on its sides. What does that mean? It means that the equator is actually going from top to bottom, and that it spins from top to bottom. The other planets spin sideways, as you know, but Uranus spins up-down. Why is that? As a quick summary, Uranus most likely experienced a massive collision during its formation a very long time ago, and this collision caused the planet to be knocked onto its side, making it spin in a different way than the other planets. Now speaking about its surface, unfortunately we cannot land on this planet because it's a gas planet. So, let's assume that we are orbiting the planet close to the surface. Now, even though Uranus is a large planet compared to Earth, its gravity is actually less than Earth's. It is about 90% of Earth's. So if you weigh 100 pounds on Earth, you'll weigh about 90 pounds on Uranus. That's quite surprising, and good actually, considering the size of the massive planet. Our bodies won't get crushed by the gravity, but instead will feel lighter and actually feel better. If you were to smell Uranus's atmosphere, what would it smell like? Well, I'm not kidding when I say this, but it smells like rotten eggs. Out of all the smells, it had to smell like rotten eggs, didn't it? The coincidence. Anyways, the reason why it would smell like rotten eggs is because of the methane. If the methane comes into the rocket, where there's air, then it'll just smell really nasty. You don't want to breathe in too much methane though, because it can suffocate you. If you take a look out the rocket window, you'll see the vivid blue color of the planet, surrounding you all 360 degrees. It won't be a pleasant experience because, as you know, Uranus is a gaseous planet, and it has fast and powerful winds, similar to Neptune's, but a little less violent. But don't let that less violent than Neptune fool you. The winds can go up to 900 kilometers per hour or 560 miles per hour. That is way slower than Neptune's winds, but that is still insanely fast. That is nearly 7 times faster than a cheetah sprinting. 7 times. Imagine wind of that speed hitting you. There is no doubt that if you let that wind touch you, you'll be gone. It'll pick you up into its wind current so fast that you won't have any time to react, and you'll be lost in the winds, and ultimately die soon after. If your skin touches the atmosphere, or if your suit has a hole in it and the atmosphere goes into the hole and touches you, you'll already know what will happen. You can't breathe the air because the atmosphere composition is way different than Earth's, so you'd either have to hold your breath, but that wouldn't really help you because freezing cold temperatures will freeze your body in seconds. It will be very painful, cold, and scary. As you can see, none of this is good for us. This is very similar to Neptune, and so you can conclude that visiting Uranus would be almost identical to visiting Neptune, except for small differences here and there. Thankfully, a day on Uranus would be around 17 Earth hours, so a little less than a day on Earth. Then you can go home, if you're alive by then. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to get one of your limited edition Our Anatomy shirts of the Visiting Planet series before they are gone forever. Limited edition, make sure you get one as fast as possible. And to everyone watching, I hope to see you in my next video. And as always, take it easy, guys.